During an interview this week, Republican Senator Ted Cruz apparently decided to jump on the impeachment bandwagon and announced that he is totally cool with impeaching Merrick Garland, and hell, why not also President Joe Biden. He also threw in another member of the Biden administration for doing their job, by the way. So here is Ted Cruz announcing his support for impeaching, well, everybody involved. Take a look.
Now that this raid has been inflicted on President Trump, should we be looking for an impeachment of President Biden and Attorney General Garland in the future?
I think there's a significant chance we will see either or both. I think the odds of a Republican House are north of 90%. I think we're very, very likely to get a Republican House. I think the first impeachment we see is probably Alejandro Mayorkas, the Secretary of Homeland Security. I think it's very valuable to have an extended trial in the Senate laying out the absolute lawlessness on our southern border. The outcome is likely foreordained, which is it takes 2/3 to convict. And even if we get a majority in the Senate of Republicans, we're not going to have 2/3 of Republicans. And I think the Democrats are not going to vote to convict anyone. There's still value in it. I think Mayorkas, it makes a lot of sense. I got to tell you, the case for impeaching Merrick Garland is growing by leaps and bounds every day. The more lawless, the more politicized DOJ gets, the more compelling it becomes to impeach Garland, probably next after Mayorkas. And then in terms of impeaching Biden, look, we've talked about on the podcast how I think there's a very real possibility that Biden is in.
All right, so let's actually first address the border issue, right, with Mayorkas. The Biden administration has apprehended 66 individuals from the terror watch list that were trying to cross the border this year. 66 people from the terror watch list. And I know that, by the way, because Nikki Haley actually tweeted that out yesterday. And she's like, this is unacceptable. He's just letting everybody in. But then she's like, they caught them. And we also know, because Republicans love to point this out, they love talking about all the people Border Patrol has apprehended crossing the border as somehow proof that we're not enforcing border laws because we're arresting all of these people. Yeah, it makes zero sense because Republicans are morons. Now, moving on to the second issue, Merrick Garland and, of course, President Biden. As it stands right now, contrary to what Mr. Ted Cruz would have you believe, there is no evidence of any improprieties taking place with regard to the investigation of Donald Trump, including the execution of that search warrant. And Ted Cruz understands that because Ted Cruz did not provide a single lick of evidence to any way suggest Merrick Garland broke the law. He talked about politicization of the DOJ. Cool. You're a constitutional lawyer, Ted. Back it the F up. Or else back the F off, right? You don't have any evidence to support anything that you have said. Except, of course, the fact that you're not going to have the numbers to remove him from office, of course, in the Senate. But that won't matter, right? Even if Democrats pick up a couple seats, they're still going to have to go through, as Ted Cruz put it, a lengthy trial. Meanwhile, when Donald Trump, who actually did break the law, as far as we could tell, came, with his 2 impeachments, they wanted to expedite the trials. Let's make it quick. Let's make it fast. Let's not give him much time to do anything or prove a case, and let's vote to acquit him and move on. Now, Ted Cruz says, oh, hell no. We're going to have a lengthy trial for Merrick Garland. For what? Ted, I'm not kidding. If you think you have criminal activity committed by the Attorney General of the United States, please provide it. Show us the evidence. Show us where he is officially abusing his power as Attorney General, and I'll probably support getting rid of him. I'm not a huge Merrick Garland fan. I honestly think he could have been doing a lot more to hold Donald Trump accountable. But see, that's the problem. That's all he's done. In your eyes, that's wrong. Merrick Garland has not politicized the DOJ. If anything, he has bent over backwards to prevent politicizing the DOJ. And that means letting people like Donald Trump get away with all kinds of stuff that they're not even investigating, but should be. And then, of course, you go into the issue of President Biden, which, he didn't even mention what we're going to impeach Biden for. Like what? I am no cheerleader for the Biden administration. I have big, big issues with them. But when it comes to criminal behavior, I can say with confidence, these men and women in the Biden administration have not broken the law. Trust me, if they had, I'd be one of the first people out there calling them out for it, telling them to resign. But it simply hasn't happened. But Ted Cruz wants to weaponize the issue of impeachment, something that, of course, in the past he has been totally against, but he's trying to pander to that hardcore MAGA crowd because Ted Cruz desperately wants to run for president, and nothing would make him happier than for Donald Trump to be arrested and prevented from running for office because Ted Cruz somehow thinks he's going to be the one to sneak in and capture the 2024 nomination. And that's what all of this impeachment talk is all about. Trying to assure Trump's base that if Trump can't run for you, I'm still fighting for you. So please vote Cruz in 2024. You're not going to be the nominee, bud. You had your chance. You lost it. You sold every bit of dignity you may have had. And this is what you've been reduced to. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel. We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.